for you guys wouldn't be possible. Look, you guys, I was gonna take the day off, but you kind of ahead of the game and got all my grocery shopping and stuff done and got some clothes. So I'm here to talk to y'all, chop it up. Listen, for those of you who don't like the intro, it's not for you. All right. Anyway, listen. I can't say this any other way, but just don't listen to modern women, man. You can't listen to them. And I'm talking about not just in a sense when they're trying to give you advice, but just them in general. The words out of their mouth does not align with their actions whatsoever. And best believe I'm out here in these streets, I would know. They're gonna tell you one thing. A lot of that's to save face to the sisterhood or whatever you want to call it, the beehive. Because if they don't, the beehive will try to destroy them. But it's just, I can't, I just, I'm going to tell you something. And I believe that's the downfall of most of Western modern women is their inability to go off of their common sense over, their hive mind. Like they really think the hive mind tells them you're a boss and it's your job to, what do they keep saying to men? They're supposed to be counsel to men and all this stupid shit that no man asked for. They keep saying that they think that they're supposed to be our connection to source. The reason why I tell y'all to stay away from spiritual chicks is because the spiritual chick is trying to rearrange the way that it's supposed to be, where it's supposed to be God, then man, then woman, then child, then the animals, and whatever else. They'll, I listen to a spiritual chick when she can't even say God as he, when she's got to say he, she. I'm just like, kind of argumentative, man. I mean, it's like, that's not. I'm a traditional guy, so why are you bothering? What I'm saying, trying to talk to me, and you can't even say he. Like you got to say he, she, or she. I mean, come on, man. Like that's, it's just in my experience, the modern woman is not to be listened to. Only her actions are to be watched. That's it, man. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Like, they don't understand this, but I know that, now that I've, gotten over all of my issues from before, I'm completely scot-free and single, I'm able to observe women and I can see that these women are like on YouTube and stuff talking crazy. And some of these same women are talking crazy and talking about men are supposed to da 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 da, and we're not gonna deal with these men. They're on TikTok watching me work out shirtless. Um, I can't listen to these. I can listen to these kind of women that'll get on YouTube and even on their own platforms on TikTok be going off on men, but watching me work out shirtless. And I'm not talking about the women that are cool with me that I talk back to. I'm talking about the ones that pop up in there and don't say nothing. I'll be seeing y'all. Listen, man. And some of these women, they don't realize that some stuff I put on TikTok, I don't put on YouTube. So when they describe it on YouTube, I'm like, you're watching me on TikTok, man. I'm telling you straight up, man, like you can't listen to them. These women can't stand my ideologies. They can't stand it. Like, dude, I hear all these haters online, like with their little goofy, little, shade dropping snippets in their videos talking about, we're tired of hearing your ex, or about your ex, and well, stop watching, fool, or just little stuff that they'll say that that they don't like to hear anymore or want to influence you on or try to it's just like, listen, man, I don't care. Good. I don't care. I'm done listening to them because these same women will like they'll be like, yeah, these guys out here are these certain kind of guys or this kind of guy, but then they'll be like, but also this guy's hot and this guy's, and I'm like, and this guy's a big chest, and how would you know that I have a big chest unless you're able to, because when my clothes are on you can't really tell. With our frames, with clothes on, you would have to see me shirtless. The only place I'm shirtless is on TikTok. So you're watching me on TikTok, but then you're also critiquing me. So they've been told by society it's their job to critique us and find, no, you're nitpicking, because if I were to nitpick on these women, nitpick their bodies, their personalities, how many kids they have out of wedlock, whatever the case may be, their living situation, they wouldn't like it. But these women, they feel like it's okay to look at me and nitpick. How dare you? How dare you? Don't you have better things to be doing? See, that's why I don't listen to them. And these same women that are nitpicking on, the way I live my life, oh, you're too mean, you're intimidating, and you're intimidating because you're too mean, and you have a resting bee face, and blah, 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 blah. They still keep coming back. Why do you keep coming back? Well, I watch everybody. No, you don't. No, you don't. According to the stats, women only watch or pay attention to 20% of men, and then that 20% are men they're attracted to. So the math ain't math in here. That's why I tell y'all, don't listen to them. Like, they don't even understand it. They're psychologically trying to, make you feel like you're less than you are. I don't know what what it's for. It's just to make sure that you never think you can do better or what it is. But it's like what most modern women do instinctively without even thinking about it. Like I told you about that woman on Facebook who was still hitting me up on Facebook, and I'm messaging her days later. I waited a whole week to message her back. I'm telling you, man, like these women talking, yo, yeah, you got your nice little body, nice little body, it's all right. And you know what I'm saying? You're a nice little body for an elderly man. What are you doing? I'm telling you, man. It's psychological warfare. I don't think that they really understand the demons that are possessing them to say all this nonsensical shit that no man wants to hear and still think that a man's going to find them attractive. Or then again, I think there's so much in their ego and they're so upset that we're not taking a knee that they don't even care if we find it attractive. They just want to run their mouths. But I'm convinced that the best way for you to move, and if you look how I moved the entire past year, move in silence, and I am not a man that lies. I'm telling you the truth. I don't listen to no woman. I don't listen to no dudes. I'll be real with you. I don't listen to no dudes, man. Let me tell you something else, right? With these guys and people with narcissistic tendencies that like to gossip, guys, family members, fathers, I'm not saying mine, but family members or whatever, close siblings, they really don't care about, what your struggles are. They just like the gossip of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they like the gossip of, what you have going on, and they'll just check in just to see what you have going on and see if you're in some shit, but they're not going to ever offer any help or whatever. And if they're not going to offer it, they want you to beg for it from them. So it's you have to be really careful about people in general. A lot of people are not, in the right place in their heart, whether they believe it or not, and they really just like to talk to you to find out what you have going on because you're so private. Because a lot of people love to gossip. That is their conversation. I remember when I was a part of these gossip parties, and I never really participated, but it always seemed weird to talk about people that we know behind their back. And then whenever around those people, I'm like the only person that would say it to their face. But then everybody's like, oh, David's mean or whatever. But listen, y'all say way worse stuff. But then you start thinking about it later on in life, like, yo, if they're talking about that person, family member behind their back, damn, I'm the one that's outspoken. They're definitely talking about me. You know what I'm saying? So I just learned, like, man, I just don't care what anybody's opinion is. And that's put me in a place where I'm summing it all up to say this. It put me in a place where I realized over time, even though I have very few friends, those are like true friends. Like Moon, I know he wants to say more to me than he does. I'm sure he has conversations, not about me, but his ideology is completely different than mine. He does not move like I do. He doesn't think like I do about, men and all this kind of stuff. He's a married man. He thinks completely different. But he would never disrespect me to be bringing up to me what he thinks I should do better unless I ask for his advice. When I go around a sibling or family member and they're those I told you so people, when you hear somebody say I told you so, that's a person that thinks in their head, right, when you brought up something before, that whatever they thought would be the best way for you to move. And it could be something very commonsensical. It could be something that anybody would, but they feel like they gotta be able to say I told you so because there's something about you that makes them feel insecure. And they feel like they gotta be able to prove you wrong or whatever. And that kind of stuff does irk me. It really does. I'm the kind of person to be like, what do you mean? When you said the obvious that anybody else would have said that could hear the conversation, right? But what I look for are people that, temper themselves, and instead of jumping on the opportunity to state the obvious, like I say, somebody's with somebody and that person's like a narcissist and the person's working on getting out of it or whatever, but they don't know how to do it. And the person they're talking to says, man, you just need to leave that person. You need to just leave them. You need to leave them. You know what I'm saying? Common sense, obviously, right? But when you put in the variables of emotion and all this, that's not helping them to state the obvious. So you can later on say, or go to the other people, because what they're doing is gossiping about you. So that way you can go to other people and say, I told them that they need to leave that person. I've been told. I told them they should have done it a long time ago. This is the kind of stuff that they do, man. It's like, and then they think that you don't know that they're gossiping about you, but you're so tuned in to listening to how people speak and the words they choose to use, and they can't help themselves, especially with a person like me. People love to say, I told you so. It's something about me that they just can't wait to do it. And when they do, I'll be like, got you, nigga. You know, because you didn't need to say all that. You didn't need to say all that. I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for your opinion. And I don't even, sometimes you don't even remember them telling you whatever they thought that you should have done. You remember, you know, talking to them, kind of venting to them, and they'll say something, but you check them back then too. Then they'll still bring it up. Well, I told you way back when you stated the obvious. Okay, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And some of these modern women will do the same thing, man. They'll like reach and try to like point out little nitpicky things that you can improve on. Like, you're intimidating to some people. Yes, I am. Yes, you would be right about that. I do intimidate some women, but I have a lot of women that have the guts enough not to be. And I would rather deal with those women that are not intimidated by me than deal with a woman that's trying to change me and get me to dumb myself down or dull myself down so that she can feel that I'm more approachable. I don't care what you think. And see, I wanted to make sure I slid that in there because a lot of women that are always trying to give advice that's not asked for. And there's a lot of people out there, mainly women, who feel like it's their job to lead a man to being a better. None of y'all have led yourselves to being better women. How in the fuck could you lead me to being a better man? I don't get it. You're watching me and mimicking men like me that are getting it out the mud because you need leadership, but you don't want to give us credit where credit's due. But then simultaneously, while you're learning from a man, you're trying to critique him. Y'all are so weird, man. I'm trying to tell you, this is what these women do. They will watch you and get motivation and be inspired by you and simultaneously try to critique the little nitpicky things about you, while these same type of women can't get by raising their kids without some type of support from somebody, and you know what I'm saying, without having the need some type of guidance in life, direct guidance, some kind of mentor. Same women will try to nitpick at you and try to be easy. These women will even say things like, you're a leader type, but then they'll try to lead you. Well, we know that leaders lead. Why would I want you to lead me if you just acknowledge that I'm a leader type that don't like to follow anybody or be told what to do? They can't help themselves. They've done given into the matrix coding of your job is to suppress men by telling them what they're supposed to do. You notice any married guy out here, not all married men, not all, but they're not the same guys they were before they were married. You want to know why? Married women, man, not all. A lot of married women, modern women, will literally slowly destroy you, drain your light, drain your energy, slowly become you, mimic you, dress, you know what I'm saying? The kids like you, you know, they don't even care if you know, they don't care if you end up with them or whatnot, especially if a kid with them. A lot of women, you know what I'm saying, they know they're not going to be able to be with you long term. They want to have a kid with you, to have a little mini version of you and dress them like you and everything like that, treat them like you whenever he gets older. They do stuff like this, man. That's why I'm not out here going crazy, because I will not share custody with no woman that I couldn't be in a relationship with. I'm not going to do it. We're going to be in court all the time because I'm not going to have her dressing them like me while acting like she can't stand me and everything. No, get your ass on somewhere. Women love leaving like ties to dudes and open wounds and things of that nature. And then you'll have these women who have not closed out relationships in their past with their baby daddies trying to tell you what you need to do about your attitude so you don't come off so intimidating to women that aren't really on your level. That's what it really is. And you scare them. You're just not meant to be around me. I shouldn't intimidate you at all. There's nothing about a real woman that I run into, especially like I run into women in the grocery stores, out and about, TikTok. The real ones have no problem with me. They like me. It's the ones that are insecure with themselves. You know, the ones that want to consider themselves alpha women, boss ladies, all these goofy, dumbass terms for wild women. Y'all are intimidated by a real man because you can't come around me with that BS. All this bullshit you've been throwing around the men, and you've been collecting bodies, and you're going to sit there around me and you're going to feel the weight of the bodies you've collected and the souls that you've collected and tied with. You're going to feel it around me. You're going to feel judged. You're going to feel like God is sitting there right next to you saying, what have you done? You know what I mean? And that's your problem, not mine. I'm not the one saying anything to you. It's just my energy of I'm a man of God. I'm not out here collecting a bunch of bodies, but you think it's okay to do whatever you want to do, be this independent type of woman, manipulate men or whatever, and you want to act like I'm intimidating to you. No, no, no. You're worried and scared of the energy when you're in my presence, how it's going to make you feel. It's going to feel like judgment call. And everything you've done dirty and scandalous, you know what I'm saying, being a degenerate, it's going to come right to the forefront, and you're going to feel like I'm not even going to say nothing to you. You're just going to feel that presence. That's the energy of somebody that's anointed. You can't sit here and put it on to us like we're some kind of way making you feel, you know what I'm saying, women, or make people in general feel a certain kind of way to be intimidated. No, 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 no. We are very kind people, and people, other people of good hearts and stuff can kind of vibe with us. They can feel that. Only women and people that are traumatized and have issues get scared and intimidated by an anointed one. I'm not some guy acting like I'm an alpha and I just don't care. Nah, everybody can tell I care. If you're intimidated by me, that's your problem. That's an insecurity of yours. You can't project that onto me. There's nothing I'm gonna do at all to change who I am. If you're watching me enough to feel like you can make an assessment, you know what I'm saying, off of me, which I would hope that means more than once, then, you know what I mean, you're not meant to be around me. You assessed me, you feel like I'm intimidating, then you really shouldn't be watching me from that point forward. You really shouldn't be making that assessment off of me, not really knowing me at all anyway. But if you get a bad feeling from something, then you should probably let it go. You shouldn't hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? That's some kind of trauma response. You need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like something, let it go. Something bothers you, let it go. Why would you continuously watch something and hope it change in the direction you want it to? And that's not how life is. No one's gonna be out here finding God and it aligns them in the exact kind of way of the man that you wish that person to be. No, it's gonna be the way God wants them to be. And if that's not in alignment with what you want, then you gotta find someone else, lady. I mean, y'all gotta stop trying to mold men through clever wording and mental manipulation. You gotta stop doing that shit. That shit is over. There's young guys out here that can see it. You know that us older guys out here can see it. So I don't know why y'all keep doing it. You just, it's like a trigger response. It's like they do it instinctively. Like they see something or see men moving away, and it's like, I just can't stand that. I gotta say something about it or make some content about it. Just like these women that go on dates and things of that nature and then jump online and make themselves look like fools and get, you know, ripped apart. They don't think about it. They're in this emotional moment and they really think that the babbling nonsense they're saying makes enough sense to be able to kind of, no, you listen, even to a certain extent you could be considered a hater, because if no one's asking for your criticism and you're criticizing somebody that doesn't know you, then you can be considered a hater. Like I'm criticizing these type of women, I could be considered a hater of those women, and I'm fine with that, right? But to act like you're not a hater of mine, but you are criticizing, critiquing, and trying to come up with different ways to mentally manipulate me to change who I am, to like they're saying, like I hear people, women DM me like, well, you know, if you do this, you know, you'd bring more women in if you just change. I'm not changing shit. I don't give a shit if y'all come up. Y'all coming over here now and I say whatever I want to say. Why would I change anything? Why are you trying to get me to change anything? If whatever I'm saying bothers you so much, why you keep watching, man? Like, who you think you talking to? They be saying the wildest stuff, man. It be the wildest stuff. And I'll just be like, you know how y'all, listen, y'all know how we do. We just be sitting there like, oh man, y'all really gonna age out and die alone. You just, it's like manifest destiny. Like you just be sitting there like, wow, y'all are so ignorant. Y'all really gonna age out and die alone like that, you know what I'm saying? Prediction of 2030 really is gonna happen. Probably sooner than that because they're so ignorant and full of ego. They're just like, they're doing stuff that don't make any sense. You know, nothing for self-preservation and to extend their generations by doing the kind of things that they're doing and speaking the way they're speaking. It's like, we don't like what you're talking about. We don't like that you're but they're still doing it. They're still doing it. So it's like, well, okay, all right, we'll just sit back and just watch things unfold. But I'm gonna tell you men something. I don't care what she says, how eloquent it sounds, how ladylike and soft her voice is, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up, don't listen to what they say. But if you want to listen to it, pay attention to what they're saying. Are they giving you just decent information or listening or talking? Or are they trying to probe you for information? Are they trying to project onto you what they believe to be the ideal way a man should move and be? Just listen to them. Because if you can hear that in the beginning, you can save yourself time from dealing with a nightmare later on. If you can read between the lines of what she's saying, even if she's trying to say it in jest, if she's, you know, making jokes but she's cracking on you, that's disrespectful. That woman's picking on you, and she's gonna pick on you to the day you die. Right? It's not funny, it's not cute. Don't let her project onto you. Don't let a woman project onto you, you know, telling you what she thinks that you should do to improve yourself or change who you are to get along with people more. If you didn't ask for it, you don't need it. That kind of woman, that's a headache also. You need to find yourself a woman that likes the way that you are, loves the way that you are, accepts the way that you are, and wants to add to your peace. You know what I'm saying? That's all this other stuff. Any kind of woman that thinks that it's her place to tell you, oh, well, you should probably try this, or maybe you should, you know, not do this anymore, and that would intimidate. No one asked you about anything. No one cares who I'm intimidating. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll start projecting onto you. Maybe your guard is up because someone hurt you, and then they'll start saying all kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe the sky is green and the grass is blue. Man, just shut up. Like, you don't mean nothing to me what you think it is or what it possibly could be. I'm telling you what it is. When they start just making stuff up, and they will do this, make stuff up. Some of them even say, well, it's just the divine telling me. That's not the divine. That's the devil. I ain't never heard of God telling anybody to go out here and project onto them some kind of negativity and things that they need to do to change who they are. I don't think God works like that. If that was the case, God would just give everybody a map and tell them what to do in their life and what not. No, you're not doing anything of God. You're not getting anything from God. You're a wicked woman who don't know your place. You don't know your place. That's all that it is. You don't know your place. You think it is to critique men and all that. No, it's not your place to do that. It's not your place to do that. It's not your place to tell a man how to move. It's not your place to tell a man what he should and shouldn't do. It's not your place. It's not your place. Most of y'all ain't even washing y'all ass right. I've told you, heels be crusty. I seen a video the other day of a woman talking about, it was like a little meme thing, but she was like talking junk on this dude that wanted her to come over her sneaky link in the middle of the night. And she's like, how dare you ask me to come over to your house? And she was getting dressed and brushing her teeth, or she's brushing her teeth, doing her hair. And then she did a whole bath in the sink. Now, you can say that she was trying to be funny, but a lot of facts are said in jest. There's some whole bath going on. Now, we ain't knowing. Now, y'all, now make it make sense. You gonna whole bath before you go get some? You ain't gonna let that ass soak? They want me to get this out. You ain't gonna let that asshole soak? You gonna just whole bath it out? See, this is why we keep smelling stuff. See, we thinking that they ain't even washing their butts. No. As a matter of fact, if you know you're going for a hookup, the last thing you should be doing is whole bath. It should be a full out washing that crack. See, this is ridiculous, man. See, they'll just like put little things. Ain't no way in the world a woman with self-respect should put that in her little meme or whatever, unless women are doing that and she knows other women can relate. So you're whole bathing it up. So you're gonna take, I'll tell you what, you're gonna take a bird bath, but are you taking a bird poop? Are you taking a bird shit? Because I bet y'all are taking full out big dog dookies, and then y'all gonna go over there and take a bird bath in the sink. Washing the cooch in the sink, man, I'm telling you straight up, y'all. The triflingness out here, man, is so trifling. They are trying to give us the most sleazy versions of themselves and then still complain about us. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm done, man. I'm done. I see it, and I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. You're gonna rag it off in the sink instead of washing your dirty, funky ass that's gonna be in the air later on. Y'all better stop being nice. When you smell that crack or you smell that cooch, you better start telling these motherfuckers, man. Y'all better start telling them. I better not be the only one out here getting all this lashback, you know, because I'm the only dude saying it. You better start telling them you stink. Did you whole bath before you came over here? You bird bath this? You stink. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better stop playing with them, man. They'll be online talking about different sizes and girth and all this goofy, stupid cornball shit, and a list of what needs to be done, requirements before you can go on a date, and places we can and can't go. And the whole time they cooch smell like a trash can with some old tuna in it and shit, and pee. No. We're done with this. You know, you're gonna do better. Y'all over acting like y'all are giving us top shelf. Y'all over here giving us bottom shelf, whatever, and then over here requiring, no. Y'all are full of shit, man. Y'all are full of shit. Look, gentlemen, I'm gonna get back on here possibly a little bit later on one of my other channels. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? With a list of things, this and that and the third, but I gotta jump back on TikTok because the women over there are showing your boy some love, man. You know what I'm saying? They over there, they jumping up in there every time. They showing me some love, and I love the ladies over there. And I love the ladies over there. So I'm gonna jump back on there, get some of that good energy, then come back over here and cook these females. I'm gonna cook them up, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what time we got going on. 25 minutes is ridiculous. Anyway, y'all, peace, love, and light. I'll be back later on. Possibly, it's like below 30 out here. I can't feel my fingers, my face, or my feet. I got on multiple shirts, multiple pair of pants, and everything, and gloves, but and socks. Still not enough. When it gets cold in this mountain, it's cold. You're gonna feel it no matter how many items of clothing you're wearing. You're going to feel it. Jack Frost is like, nah, nigga, nah. You know better. You know better. This ain't your place right now. So look, I gotta go. I'll be back on here later. Man, it's cold.